On the 7th day of December, my true love gave to me everything I need to open my hips so gently. Maybe you guys like me wondering who's this true love dropping these things off? It is me. Tis I. Probably like, that's not quite what we were looking for. Hi, welcome to Rhythm and Wine with Karen Aline. Here is where we explore this beautiful dance discipline of whining and all of its expressions with your body. There's lots to play with here. It is day 7 of Come Together, the Come Together series, and we are going to open, open. I'm going to work on some hip opening whines. um, I used to think hip opening, or I used to explore hip opening with myself only in certain stances. But then I started playing with different wines. And I realized, like, yes, the stance, of course, helps. Um, but also, there's there's a wine I can do if I'm really like paying attention to what's happening, um, that will help stretch out my hip so that I can basically carry on like a wild banshee in effect, basically. So we're gonna do this together. I really need this today. See, it's like nighttime, feeling a little bit like just calm vibes, although that was not earlier today. More on that later. But I am like looking forward to just whining and really kind of massaging out the hip joints because they're needing it. They're needing a little love. Okay, you are gonna explore our stances. I'm gonna start with my thighs touching. You can too, or slightly parted, but more closer together. And we're gonna do our scan where we push off the floor so gently. We don't lock our knees. We tuck the pelvis a little bit, maybe hold the core. Bring that breath all the way up. Ah, ah. Exhale and relax it. Sweet. One more time. I'm gonna do that again because that felt very nice. Just deep breath. That's probably like the deepest breath I've taken all day. I tell you, is when I whine. Okay, and now we're just going to sink a little, just a tad. I'm gonna have a small sink today. I'm interested because for me today, it's like all about here. Waist isolation, hip joints, and posture, and of course feet. So I'm like, all right. And let's start with a wine, a nice wine. Gonna warm up. I am realizing that I am a little knock kneed. So sometimes when I keep my feet straight, it feels awkward. So I'm gonna like boop, slightly V them. Ah, feels nice. Feels nice. And I'm really like if you can, as much as possible, isolate in the waist. And what I mean by that is just to keep the lower half gently still and the upper half as still as possible. Still breathing, but really isolate in the waist. Push off the floor, opposite direction. Let's switch. Mm, mm. Yes, I needed a wine. I needed a wine right now. This is true. Switch directions again, one more time. Um, I'm really like articulating this movement in the hips. And again, like slow, very nice and smooth. You could also go slower if that's helpful. But this to be nice and smooth. We're not jerking nothing. This is our time, baby. Other way. Other way. Yes. Okay. Now, you know this move we've been doing, this like tap, tap, side to side tap. We're going to do that again on one side, and then we're going to whine up there. We're gonna widen that hip. Lots is gonna shift. Like lots is shifting for me right now as I'm doing this. I'm like, what's happening with my balance? But this is fine. This is why it's playtime, because I want to understand what do I need to like, what would I like to do? It's not I need to, what would I like to do in this? So go on, if it maybe your right hip is forward, gentle, gentle. You could also be much higher if you like, or even much lower. You can pulse, you can play with levels. Okay, and then we're gonna swing to the next side and massage in there. I find I'm leaning forward. So I'm gonna lean back just a bit, relax my face. So you're like, oh, we didn't need that. But I need to relax my face. So I'm like, even my neck, maybe look down. Hello. Hi, buddy. How are you? Haven't seen you for a while. No. You know what I mean? Yeah, wine in this, and then bring it forward. So maybe, and I'm going to explain what's happening with me. Sometimes I'm like coming forward even with my upper body, but what I really like to do is just articulate this in the waist as much as possible. So if we swing to the next side, and then I'm going to whine in here. And I'm like, oh, relax the shoulders, my girl. Relax that. I'm talking to myself, but for guys who are practicing too, also relax the shoulders. Swing to the next side, swing it nice and smooth. The left side's different for me. I don't know if you have a different side. Keep massaging in here, and even like slow it gently, gently. It feels very nice. So this is what I started to do recently, actually. Let's swing to the next side, and maybe reverse your whine. Yeah, that's a different. Reverse your whine. Trying to isolate in a reverse whine is good times. Push off the floor still. But yeah, I started to do this recently because I was doing the wide stances, but somehow I was like really pushing, and I just wanted to like massage my hip a little bit. So I started, let's switch side and reverse whine. Whoa. So yeah, I started like playing around with types of whines that would just get me the same sensation. Because there's a time to like go wide, and we will, believe me. We will. But I just wanted something a bit gentler. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. If you need to come up for a minute, let's do a little reset. I'm still working in my thighs together stance. All right, now we're going to do something fun, okay, which is to push out on the right and left. Right? And for now, we're going to lift the heels when we do this. I am going to, until I can like massage it out a bit, then I'll drop my heels, because then that requires me to like really push off the floor. But for now, I just want to warm it up with a lift. What is this move? I am pushing actually off my left. If I'm moving my right hip, I'm pushing off my left leg, and then like literally let this go so slow and come like push, point the right hip out, and you will just feel your body will do it already. Okay, push off that right leg, you lift the heel and point. It helps to look. Let your body go. Point. Oh, yeah. And your posture in this is it's nice to just look at. Like, is my neck, what's happening with my neck? Can I let it hang really? Keep going side to side. We're going to move at our own pace. It's nice because there's no rhythm, so there's nothing like bam, 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 bam. You're just just like, oh, I just want you to feel a nice stretch. Push off the floor, push off the floor. Don't even worry. If it doesn't look like me, it's okay. As long as you're not, nothing's hurting. And if you are feeling in like lower back or anything, just tuck the pelvis a little bit, maybe move slower. I would move slower. It's really to get this domino effect of the push and the hip lift to come travel all the way to the crown of the head. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now let's speed it up just a tad. So it'll be like bam, bam, bam. I suggest you look at you. Bam, 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 and be pushing off the floor. Bam, bam. If you need to lean, that's helpful. Yes. I would just oh, I confused myself. I would slow it down, I'd say, if you're leaning, so you can keep your posture and your balance. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, let's try a little triple time. Ta, 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 ta. Try it. Try it. Just try it. Oh, I'm leaning forward. I'm going to lean back. I'm really like boom, 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 boom. No. This could be very gentle. All right. Right now we're pointing. Let's even try that. Try to go like really small. Mm. Mm. Like, what is happening here? This is very interesting. I'm going to tuck my pelvis a little more. Ah, yes, yes. We got the juice. We got the juice. Oh, okay. Come up and let's sink. Come up and sink. We can do any pace you like. Come up. Sink. Maybe when you're down, you're like, bam, bam, bam. Come up. Slow. Down. Slow. Down. Bam, bam, bam. Slow. All right. Very nice. Now, I want to rock the hips back and forth. And this is going to, again, you'll see the ricochet effect. As I push off, it's going to have that effect like a wave, like one smooth wave. So we're going to find our stance. And now we're going to slowly step out, okay? I'm going to be with my thighs slightly parted. And I'm going to, this time as I'm pressing off and getting my stance, I'm also going to be trying to articulate the wave at the same time. You're like, we've been doing this already. So really breathe, pushing off. And you can do like nice, if you want to go low and come up, you know, if you really want to bring it forward. And I play with all things because I'm like, I'm not sure what I would like or need right now. So keep, nice play. Just let it travel all the way to the crown of the head. Oh, I confuse myself again. It always happens. It's okay. But yeah, I just like to play in like doing it small and then doing it big. So you can do small and like articulate the waist. So I'm like, I want my whole body in this. Just let the movement travel. Oh, I don't know if I explain this, like pushing off the floor, letting it come to the pelvis, waist, travel up to the chest, front of the head as you push back. So I'm going to do it from the side so you can see what I'm doing. Again, it does not need to look the same. I have my stance. I'm going to again my posture and the way I'm pushing off the floor. Oh, like literally, yeah, the top and bottoms is what's helping my middle. So that's kind of what I'm really paying attention to as I do this wave and like really letting just everything like travel. Breathe in. If it helps to match with the breath, do. If not, it actually just confused me. But please keep, I would say keep breathing because it's super helpful to get the chest lift. But sometimes I just need one breath. Mm. Okay, let's go a little faster. Like bam, bam. Let it travel all the way up. Bam. And if you're like, no, I want to move slow, like a whining snail, baby, do it. Do it. Ah, push, push. Ah. If it helps even hang the neck all the way, just keep, yeah. Like thrust the hips forward. Thrust, baby. I'm telling you, whining helps in all things. Well, we don't want it to be so much that we're losing our posture because we can always come back to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, and if you're feeling tweaking in the back, maybe go smaller. Okay, a little faster. Bam, 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 bam. Relax the belly. Just wave with this. I know you're like what? Trust me, guys, trust me. If you can allow your body to like wave like this, oh goodness. You know, it's like when a song comes on and you want to like bum 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 bum, but you just want to go off. This is it. A little faster. Bam, 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 bam. Still is traveling to the top of my head. Nice, 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 nice. Oh my goodness, lovely. Now let's go wide, 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 because no matter what, this will always help. And there's so many workout people and whining people. I'll tag them on Instagram who have actually like hip opening exercises. I do some even on the floor, on the mat. If you're like you wanna work in your wine exclusively, there's a few things you can do. I'm gonna go wide, baby. Well, wide-ish. I can go wider than this, but I'm gonna go wide as I feel like right now. So I'm like, I don't know. It's hard to say. Go so wide that you're not completely out because we are gonna do that, but wide enough that you're like, as soon as you find your stance and you sink a little, you feel it, and that's gonna look different for every single person. So you may not be as wide as me, no problem. You might be here and you can feel that. That's amazing. Okay, find your stance. Push up, tuck that pelvis. So I'm like, don't tweak the lower back. No necesito. And sink a little. I'm just gonna sink as much as my knees will allow so that they're not splaying in and are too over my feet. And I'm trying to open them. I tell you, tight up in here, trying to actively open them. Oh, and if you need to come up a little and still feel that, that's it. That's it. All right, let's start with our our isolated wine here. So we're pushing off the floor. We're trying not to move the lower half, very gently. Same with the upper half. Relax the neck and shoulders. Yes. We're gonna wind that, baby. Wind that. Switch directions even. And I'm gonna play a little bit here in side to side. So just like moving one way and kind of massaging the hip socket here. And shifting my weight to the other side to massage. I mean, we did this the last couple of days, so I am careful. It's still my balance, you know, and my posture is so important. And if I find I'm like things are starting to twinge a little bit, then I just need to move smaller. I need to move smaller, and like, what's the intention? Is to stretch out the hip. I'm not trying to achieve any move, you know. So it's like, just enjoy a look of wine. Look, a hip whine. Maybe you sink a little lower and try that. And that could be it. You could be playing with like different levels. Start off here, then sink, sink. Shift side to side. Nice. Okay. A little lower maybe. Maybe the heels lift. What? As you go side to side. Gentle, gentle. Gentle, gentle. Come up. Nice. In this wideness, we're then going to do the hip point. And it's going to be a nice way to go from side to side. And you'll feel it I feel it already in both hips. So I'm actually going to move very gently with this. Okay. So we are wide. You can be up, sunken, very sunken. I'm going to be mid, feeling very mid tonight. And I'm going to push off my left foot and let that hip come over so and settle. Push off my right foot, let the hip lift. You can even lift the heels if that's helpful and settle there. I'm like telling myself to watch my posture in this. Again, relax my face. I'm like, relax my neck. Pushing off the floor here. You can go bigger at this if you like really articulate the point. It helps to look. Honestly, it just helps to look where you're going. We don't want to be tweaking the knees at all, so adjust your stance or the range in which you're landing, like the range in which you're pointing and shifting your weight. Okay, want to pick up? 1, 2, high, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, as I'm counting, it's to each side. Bam, 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 bam. Keep going. Bam. Maybe lower it as you go. Bam, 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 bam. And then maybe the heels lift here. Maybe go faster. Bam, 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 bam. Drop and come up. Wah. Keep moving it out. All right. Those are some things to play with. Honestly, when you're whining and you're like, this is feeling tight here, let me come up and whine so, come up, whine so. You can do that in a squat, like a squatted position or wider stance, and lower just a little and bring it forward, whine so, bring it forward, whine so. We're gonna put this together. Like, here she goes. Here she goes. We're gonna put this together in a whine and go down. Okay. Gosh, the stances are endless here. You know what I might do? I might start with my thighs touching. And I think midway, I'm actually gonna step out a little bit. I know my hips right now do not want a wide whine anyway. I'm gonna step out a bit as I'm halfway down and then play with whining until I get all the way down. If you're like, I don't feel like that tonight, or this morning, whenever you're watching this, then you stay in your stance. And I'm gonna be saying like guiding which whine we'll do. But again, honestly, this is the best part. Rhythm and whine is freedom, baby. We are freedom over here. Do what you want. Do as you like. If there's one particular whine that was really helping your hip, do that one. Hey, okay, I have my stance and feet together. I'm gonna do this front, the tap and whine, tap and whine. Okay, so let's get our stance. Push off the floor. Feeling very zen right now. It's like lots happening in the hips. Drop a little, okay. And then my tap and whine. Tap and whine. And again, posture, balance. You see, I'm like my neck's dropping, so it helps me. Tap, whine at your own pace. And as always, move within your mobility. You do not have to come all the way to the floor. It can be centimeters or inches that you're lowering. It doesn't matter. Just play. Tap and whine. Okay, keep going. Tap and whine. Tap and whine. Lift the heels. Tap and whine. Wah. Tap and whine. Are you like, why are you going so slow, my girl? Tap and whine. All right, I'm halfway. And I'm going to whine it, whine it, whine it, isolate, whine it. And then I'm going to step a little wider. That is very wide. Step a little wider. And I'm going to whine it, and then point, point, point as my heels lift. Point, 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 whew, point, point. I'm having to point my whole body. I'm very tight. Oh, till we get down. Massage that in here. If you can, use the floor if you need to. All right, and push all the way back up with a nice whine. Let's try that again because I stepped way too wide. All right, feet together. Find your stance. Here we go. Here we go. This time let's do the hip, the point. Point. Maybe you're lifting. Point. Point. Let it flow. Point. Push off the ground. Let it flow all the way up. All right. Let's go down a little. I'm going to meet you halfway. And I know the mic's going to make a noise, but I need to jump. You can step, but I'm going to jump out. There we go. This is where I like to be, baby. Point, 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 point. Whine, whine, whine. Keep going, keep going. Lift the heels. Tap, whine, tap, whine, tap, whine, whine. Anything you like to the ground. Ha. Massagey side. Maybe do a little pop, pop on the booty. Pop, pop. All right, to come up, we're going to go slow. I'm going to whine, whine, whoo, whine halfway, point, 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 oh, all the way up. Oh, yes, amen. I can feel it already. Feeling nice. And they see a lot of like it's been proven that a lot of your emotions and things to be stored in the hips, you know, so yes, there's like deep opening if you need that, but even just whining and like really massaging it out will help you. It has helped me greatly, even just my mobility, the way I sleep. So we give it a try. Amen, guys, we did it. We opened up for the masses. Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because you know what we are? Walk like a champion, talk like a champion. What a piece of body, girl. Tell me where you get it from. Knock on your entrance. Ram, pa, pa, pam, pam. If you could guess what song I'm dancing to. See you on Instagram and TikTok. I know there was a lot of like, there was this we didn't get to do again. Just play after this. Put on a song. Maybe you do this for the whole song. But we're going to, trust me, that wave, we are not finished, baby. We just had a little intro today. All right. Thank you for joining. It's such a gift and pleasure to do this every day with you guys. If you have any comments, suggestions, things you'd like to see, or ways I can improve, let me talk. Drop a comment, subscribe, share this with a friend, bring the gal them. All right. I will see you tomorrow for day 8. We are doing awesome sauce.